Всем привет! Добро пожаловать на мой канал. Hello and welcome to my channel. Урок номер, lesson number 13 out of 100. So, 13 out of 100. And we are going to start with reviewing, repeating. Номер один, number one, is повторение. Повторение means reviewing, repeating, повторение. And we are going to review some words, and we are going to review a very common dialogue in Russian. Место is our first word. Место. Место. Что такое место? What does it mean? Место. Место means place or seat. Место, place or seat. Место, place or seat. The next word is здравствуйте, a very common Russian word. Здравствуйте. Здравствуйте means hello. Formal hello. Здравствуйте. Hello. Здравствуйте. Добрый день. Don't forget to practice with me out loud. Try to imitate my pronunciation. Добрый день. It will increase your pronunciation skills, your speaking skills, your understanding skills. So, добрый день means a good afternoon. Good day, good afternoon. Добрый день. And now the dialogue. Как вас зовут? Как вас зовут? Как вас зовут? What is your name? Formal. Как вас зовут? What is your name? Let's answer. Меня зовут. My name is, or literally they call me. Меня зовут. And your name. For example, let's say Yulia. Yulia is a very common Russian name. In English, it is Julia. Меня зовут Юля. Меня зовут Юля. And let's continue. Let's ask, а как тебя зовут? А как тебя зовут? Тебя зовут. And what is your name? So my name is Julie. And what is your name? А как тебя зовут? Here I asked in informal way. Вас is formal, тебя informal. What is your name? Just a few moments. I forgot the sponge. Секундочку. Все, готово. So, а как тебя зовут? What is your name? And let's answer to this question. Давайте ответим. Let's answer. Меня зовут and your name. Меня зовут. My name is. And let's say Аня. Аня is another very common Russian name. In English, it is N or Anna. Аня. Аня. Very good. Let's continue with number 2, phrases, фразы. Here we are going to learn some very common Russian phrases. Фразы. Например, где, a very common question, где ты живешь? Где ты живешь? Где ты живешь? Где ты живешь? What does it mean? Где ты живешь? And где ты живешь means where do you live? Где ты живешь? Where do you live? Где ты живешь? Where do you live? For example, я живу в Москве. Я живу в Москве. В Москве. Я живу в Москве. And it means I live in Moscow. Say it with me out loud. It will improve your pronunciation skills. Я живу в Москве. I live in Moscow. Хорошо. Он живет в Париже. Он, or also you can use here она. Он means he, она means she. Remember? Он, она, he or she, живет в Париже. В Париже. He or she lives in Paris. Он or она живет в Париже. Хорошо. We live in New York. Мы живем в Нью-Йорке. Нью-Йорке. Мы живем в Нью-Йорке. We live in New York. Мы живем в Нью-Йорке. Good. Вы, and now a question. Вы живете в Берлине? Вы живете в Берлине? В Берлине. In Russian language, to ask a question, you just have to use your intonation. Вы живете в Берлине? Вы живете в Берлине? Do you live in Berlin? Вы живете в Берлине? Do you live in Berlin? Вы живете в Берлине? Они живут в Германии. Они живут в Германии. Германия is Germany. В Германии. Они живут в Германии. They live in Germany. Они живут в Германии. They live in Germany. Они живут в Германии. Good. Let's continue with number 3. Number 3, here we will have cursive and some new vocabulary. Слова, words. Слова. Let's begin with cursive. Today's letter is Ж. Ж. Use your notebooks and let's write Ж letter. Ж. Ж. Ж capital, small Ж will look like that. Ж. Ж. So between these C's, we will have this sign. And then we will have C and C backwards. And this is Ж. This is Russian Ж. Let's connect Ж with other vowels that we already learned. For example, with A. Жа. Жа. And A letter. We create a connection. So we already have a connection here. We will have just to add A. Жа. And now small Ж. We will connect it with small A. Жа. Жа. Practice with me out loud. It's very important. Now, Ж with Е. Sorry. Ж with Е. Ж. Let's write capital G. And yeah, let's connect it with yeah. G. Small G. And with yeah. G. G. Now let's connect G with yo. Same as yeah, but with 2 dots. Yo. Jo. 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 And one more time with small G. Jo. Хорошо. Дальше. Now A with G. Capital A. Do you remember how to write it? A. Like this. A. Let's connect it with G. Age. 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 Now small A with G. This is A. Age. Age. Хорошо. Good. Now еж with E. Capital E with G. And small E with G. Еж. Еж. Now yo, letter yo with 2 dots. Yo. Capital yo with 2 dots with small G. Ёж. Ёж actually means a hedgehog. Ёж and small yo with G. Ёж. Ёж, hedgehog. Now consonant with a consonant. G with V, for example. Capital G with V, zhv, zhv. And we can continue writing a word here. Zhv. Small G with V. Like this. And you can create a connection and continue writing a word. For example, жвачка, gum. In Russian is жвачка. We will use this combination. Жвачка. Хорошо. Good. Now, G with G. Capital G with small G. Жг. Жг. And we can continue writing word жг and small G. Жг. 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 I don't know. Жгут, for example. Жг. Да. Now G with D. Capital G and D, small D letter. Or with the long leg. Жд. Жд. And small. Жд. Great. Жд. Also, we can connect it with, we can write double G, capital G. There is a word that has double G in it. Ż, ż, double G and small G. Ж. Отлично. Very good. Now let's write some new words. Let's learn some new vocabulary. And our first word is kilogram. 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 Very similar to the English word kilogram. 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 Or the word meter. Meter. Meter is meter. Like 100, 1000 centimeters is 1 метр. 1 метр, 1 meter. Метр. The next word is шампанское. Кто знает это слово? Who knows this word? Write it in chat. Шампанское. 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 We have here O, which is not stressed. We are going to pronounce it as A. Шампанское. Шампанское is, of course, champagne. Шампанское. Хорошо. Дальше. Актер. Masculine. Актер. Актер. Actor. And feminine is актриса. Актриса. Актер. Актриса. Актер. Актриса. Actor. Actress. Актер. Актриса. The next word is командировка. 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 Or, not stress, we are going to pronounce it as A. Командировка is a business trip. Командировка is a business trip. Командировка. Командировка. Хорошо. And the last word for today is родители. 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 Or, not stressed, pronounce it as A. Родители. Родители are parents. Родители. The next part is a dialogue. Dialogue. Here we are going to write, read, and learn some very common dialogues in Russian. Диалог. Диалог. So, как дела? Let's ask. Как дела? Как дела? Yeah, not stressed. Pronounce it as E. Как дела? Means, how are you? Как дела? How are you? Отлично, спасибо. Let's answer. Отлично. Спасибо. Спасибо. Отлично, спасибо. Again, or not stress, pronounce it as A. Отлично, same situation is here. A. Отлично, спасибо. Great, thank you. А у тебя, and what about you? А у тебя, and what about you? How are you? А у тебя? У меня очень хорошо. Another way to answer to this question. У меня очень хорошо. 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 У меня очень хорошо. I am very good. That means that I am very good. У меня очень хорошо. Let's continue our dialogue. Будешь кофе или чай? Будешь кофе или чай? A very common Russian phrase, question. When someone is visiting you, you can ask, будешь кофе или чай? Will you have coffee or tea? Будешь кофе или чай? Will you have coffee or tea? Будешь кофе или чай? And let's answer, for example, чай, пожалуйста. чай. Or, of course, instead of chai, you can say coffee and the word пожалуйста, which means please. Пожалуйста. Чай, пожалуйста. Чай, пожалуйста. Very good. Read this dialogue for at least 10 times. Then role play it out loud. Reading it, while reading it, role play it out loud. Then, without looking at it, say role play it out loud one more time. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. The next part is a short story. Short story. And the first sentence is: Мои родители живут в Германии. Мои is plural, means my. My, and here the noun will be in plural. Мои родители живут в Германии. Мои родители живут в Германии. My parents live in Germany. Мои родители, again, O, not stress, pronounce it as A, so it will be мои. O, again, not stress, will be pronounced as A. Родители живут в not stress, will be pronounced as E. В Германии. My parents live in Germany, а я живу в России. А я живу в России. Sorry, double S here. А я живу в России, and I live in Russia. А я живу в России, and I live in Russia. Отлично. Кома, в Москве. In Russia, in Moscow. В Москве. Again, O, not stress, pronounce it as A. Москве. Don't forget about stress. Stress is very important. Stress the correct vowel. Emphasize it. Pronounce it a little bit longer. Let's read one more time this sentence. Мои родители живут в Германии. My parents live in Germany. А я живу в России. And I live in Russia. В Москве, in Moscow. Я люблю Москву. Я люблю Москву. Я люблю Москву. I love Moscow. Я люблю Москву. I love Moscow. А мои родители любят Германию. А мои родители любят Германию. А мои родители любят Германию. So I love Moscow and my parents love Germany. Let's read this text one more time. And say it with me out loud. I will pause for you to repeat. Мои родители живут в Германии. А я живу в России, в Москве. So my parents live in Germany and I live in Russia, in Moscow. Я люблю Москву. А мои родители любят Германию. So I love Moscow and my parents love Germany. That's all for today. Write this short story in your notebooks, then read it for at least 10 times, then say it out loud without looking at your notes, then write it down, then say it out loud without looking at your notes. It will improve your speaking skills. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Say it out loud and don't look at your notes. That's all for today. Спасибо большое. Thank you very much. See you. See you after this video will gain more than 1000 views. Then we can continue. Спасибо большое. Целую вас. Чмоки-чмоки. Муа.